So this case, Lisa Lam, is kind of interesting. It's kind of mysterious, but I think if people stop focusing on the elevator video, then I think it would help a little bit to understand what is happening. Now, they know that her body was found in the water tank up on the roof of the hotel. And of course, you know this. I've been looking up about this story, and at first I was also like kind of trying to figure out the video, the elevator video, how she's acting pretty strange, and I was kind of focusing on that, and then I realized, okay, let's think about that. That is strange, the way she's acting, but that's it. And so I decided, okay, I need to stop focusing on that, because there's nothing you can really figure out there. Yeah, she could be on some kind of medication, or she's delusional or something. So I decided to not think too much about it, trying to read her body language or anything. So I focus on where her body was found, and that is in the water tank. And then so you ask yourself, why would someone put her body in the water tank, right? What is the reason behind that? So then I decided to sort of play back time kind of thing, like go into the mind of the killer, pretty much, figuring out why he would need to do that. Like, if you kill somebody, right, in a hotel, let's say, in a hotel, I don't think there's any camera, no one's gonna watch you in your room. If you're one of the people in there, in one of the hotel who killed her, you would just kill her and go back to your room. Right? You wouldn't care where if you leave her body there, unless there is something you need to do, something that you can't leave her, right? If you are the one who killed her and you stay in that hotel, then why didn't you just throw her out of the window, or pretend she's suicidal, right? So all that, you're trying to figure out, why would someone bother to go to all this trouble to put it in this water tank? And so I'm running through the scenario. I'm trying to figure out who, and the only logical explanation that I can come up with is likely the security guy, because it must have been exactly the same way as how we are looking at the video. So if you were sitting there monitoring the hotel, and this is 2 o'clock at night, in the morning, right? And you see this girl acting all strange, like she's on something, right? And so as a security guy, you go and check it out, right? Because you're looking just like us. We're looking at this thing, and it's like, why are you acting all funny? What are you doing? Why are you playing with the elevator and stuff, right? So this security guy must have went there and checked her out and said, hey, do you which room are you staying? Why are you playing with the elevator, right? And so this is the scenario I'm running. I'm using the security guy to run this scenario, and so it seems to match up the best logically. So he escort her to her room, and of course she's kind of a little high, or a little something's wrong with her. Something's very odd. She could be extra friendly. The way she's acting seems like she could be more friendly. So of course this security guy brings her to a room, and he realized she's alone. She's a young Asian small girl who's alone. And sometime when you're a security guy and you're still human, you might be protecting the building, but doesn't mean you don't have urges. And it seems to me like he must have realized that she is alone, and it's 2 in the morning and no one knows she's out here, and it's just at that moment urges, his need to do something bad overcame him, right? He took advantage of a situation that he normally wouldn't, right? So I think he must have decided to fulfill his need at that moment, and without thinking decided to rape her, right? For some reason he decided to rape her, and so I think when he did what he did, he realized that he needed to silence her, he needed to kill her. There's no, because she's not delusional enough that she doesn't know who he is, right? So I think at that moment it just, he didn't think, and at the end he probably choked her or something, because the autopsy showed no physical, like, head trauma, or some kind of stabbing or shot or anything. So I think he probably choked her. And then you say to yourself, okay, if that happened, why didn't he just leave her there? He could have cleaned up the mess. He's a security guy. Why didn't he just leave the body in her room and just clean up whatever, clean her vagina, whatever, right? If he ejaculated in there, or and all that, he had a bit of time. So, but he didn't do that. He brought her into the water tank. An extra step. Or why didn't he just throw her out the window, right? What is it about this situation that he needed to bring her into a water tank, right? What is it that he couldn't get rid of? And so the only logical explanation that I can think of is he made her swallow his cum. I think, he ejaculated in her mouth. Listen, I'm just trying to figure these things out, okay? Just go with me here. And so it's in her stomach, right? And he just realized, shit, I just killed this girl, I raped this girl, I can't leave her here, I can't throw her out the window, and if I want to, I am a security guy, I'm gonna be off soon. My time is not, all day. I'm gonna have to finish my shift, and I need to get rid of her body somewhere, and I can't leave it here. I don't have time to cut her up and take the evidence out, right? So where is the best place to put her? At the same time, maybe there's a chance that he realized if he put it in some sort of water, the evidence could dissolve. Like there's people. Some people know that if you throw a body in the water, the DNA is a lot harder to collect, right? So there could be that possibility, or that was the only place he could think of that can hold a body without someone coming and searching, without not too many, maintenance or a maid coming to clean up the room. So there's a chance he decided this is probably the best place, because he's not going to know where the cleanup crew is going to be. So they could be in any room, right? And I don't know if he has access to all the room, but probably he's a security guy, he might have access to it, right? And that's the other thing. No, not too many people will know about these water tanks, and not too many people can have access. But of course, you see from all the discovery that there is a way to go up to the top floor, or to the roof and to the water tank. But even then, you need a ladder, you need all that. So the only people who know that is the maintenance people and probably the security guy. So because the maintenance guy, I don't know, it's just, why would he be there at 2 o'clock, and what is the chances of him seeing her at that time? It's just, and especially there's something wrong with the footage of the elevator. It seems like it's been edited, and the only people who have access to the security footage is the security guy. So there's that factor. There's all that combination of just pointing to the security guy. So that's where I'm leaning to. It's just it seems like he is in a rush to hide the body, and he cannot just simply throw her out somewhere, or take him with him somewhere, or start cutting her up and start trying to bring her somewhere, right? So he could be off by 6 o'clock or 7 or something. I don't know his schedule, but I'm just saying it seems like he needed to think quick. So that's the thing. That's the only logical explanation that I can think of, is that it has to be a rape, and it has to be the security guy, and it has to be, this is the reason why he needed to throw her in this water tank, because there's evidence that he could not get rid of at the moment. I'm trying to switch between the maintenance guy and the security guy, but it's just that elevator footage and how it's all edited out. It's just something very, like, yeah, the security guy, the maintenance guy can somehow tell the security guy, listen, you gotta help me out here. You gotta cover for me. You gotta try and edit this shit out for me. That could be another possibility, but it's just the odd of the security guy seeing her acting this way and going and approaching her is higher than a maintenance guy just happened to be on the same floor. Like the odds, you need to figure out the odds of that happening, and the odds seem to be going in favor of the security guy. He sees this, and just like us, we're looking at this, we're going, what are you doing, right? And so that's the only logical conclusion I can think of that puts everything, all the pieces together, because there's no way he's gonna be all delusional and decides to go up there and take her clothes off and then jumps in, and then I don't know, just why is she jumping in there naked with, or jumping in there then start taking her clothes, or what? It's just, and in the middle of the night, like, and you can also see why he chose. There's 4 water tank, and he used the best one, right? There's 2 that seems to be able, you can access it, but he chose that one because it's in the corner, it's in an area where it's the most hidden spot that you would choose. So I think all that combination tells you that someone is dragging this person up there, knowing that there's a water tank, knowing all the access point and all that. So he needs to be familiar with all this to do this. So it has to be, you would say, an inside job because he knows this building, right? So yeah, I think there's no magic trick. There's no, she just happened to some kind of voodoo, right? It's just there isn't. This is the only logical explanation that I can think of.